What's going on, everyone? On this episode of Crafty, you have myself, Bryan Little. Who the hell is that guy? Former marketing director of TGG. We're going to talk about ChatGPT for your own online crafting business or wherever the hell you sell it. We talk about my most embarrassing moment in middle school, and I'm pretty sure that's probably it. So, see you guys.
You can see we're still having tea.
Hey guys, episode 16, Crafty, what's going on? I skipped saying this good morning this time because I have a habit of saying that, and it's usually not morning when you guys are listening.
You have no idea about
I don't know. That's what my speculation. So anyway, we have a guest again.
Sort of guest.
Yeah, we made promises. Bryan's here. Bryan Little.
Hello.
You guys don't know who Bryan is. He'll tell you instead of me telling you.
So,
I assume they might know.
Yeah, I don't. So,
you should probably just start from the beginning.
My name's Bryan. I sell T-shirts.
Yeah, that's right. We sell shirts. Shameless plug right off the bat, right first. Now, so I worked in-house here at the Glitter Guy for a really long time, and kind of at the.
Sorry, boys, let me mute that.
The boom of the Glitter Guy, and but I don't know. We can kind of go in depth and see where this conversation takes us. I post in the group sometimes on Facebook, but obviously, if you're not really like up to speed and you don't really interact all the time, I don't really, I don't get the interactions like I used to, and I'm kind of really upset about it.
Well, that's because they figured out that you're not my husband. It is Jason. They were like, oh, wait, it really is. Wrong one.
That's because I refused to post anything in the beginning.
Yeah, and like in 2020, basically, like the start of COVID, all the way to like November, I posted probably more than Sara and Jason combined.
Yeah.
And just doing a lot of the marketing and stuff for
all the marketing.
Yeah.
You are actually the reason we have the branding that we do. You honestly took what we had and branded it, really.
I
did. Yeah, we never something that you didn't have a hand in.
We never had a cohesive brand pre-Bryan.
You started with the labels.
That is true. I don't like.
I want to start with
we need a picture of the desk.
Oh yeah, Bryan building his first desk. So that's why I want to start
Not
first.
That one.
Because it's so hard to ratchet stuff back to explain it better to people that don't know you. I want to start with like how we found you and stuff. So like I know you from school. Like we went to high school together the whole time. Our last names are very similar in the beginning of their spellings. And if anyone went to school, usually you're lined up by your last names. Bryan's last name is Little. My last name's Lively. We were
two peas in a
right
pod.
in front of me. He was sat right in front of me in homeroom every day of high school, the entire high school. And we went to different settings. We went to a technical high school, so we would have never met each other out other than this situation ever. Like you would have went to Ben Salem. I would have went to Truman.
It's true.
And we probably would have honestly not crossed paths.
Not really.
It would
two different groups.
It would have been very different. Yeah, honestly, and then.
Yeah, after high school is when I realized that Jason was friends with me.
Started to.
Well, because you didn't like him in high school, right?
No, that's the opposite way. I didn't hate anyone. Not a bad bone in my body.
Yeah, that's why I said Bryan was always the nicer of the. Bryan was the cool kid. He was in the popular cool kid crowd.
Did you like that he said was?
Tell Jenny.
High school's over.
Jenny, my girlfriend thinks that I am a dork. And you know what? She's probably right. But that's it's different. I try to, I tell Luna all the time, my daughter, look, your dad's cool, I'm hip,
But, yeah.
That's funny.
We went to high school together, and then we went to a technical high school, so we were in the same tech shop. So then we were around each other even more because of the tech shop stuff. Like I said, you would have been Ben Salem. I would have been Truman. Otherwise, But you even influenced a lot of the music that I started listening to because you're sitting right there. You had your band Lacerate, and then you listened to death metal.
Was this in high school or in
high school?
office?
Brian listened to that became Left to Vanish and Sean later, right?
Yeah, it's true.
But it was
Brian's in a band.
no, it was like Dying Fetus and Cradle of Filth and stuff was what you introduced me to, and then that's when I started listening
For
to
everyone in
heavy
the
music.
Midwest, they're probably appalled that you just said Dying Fetus.
I was a little bit myself. I'm like, I know that it's a band, but like,
It is. It's a band. It's a band, and you have a different
And those
music
lyrics are
stuff.
about like smoking weed.
But the crazy thing, as a young adolescent though, my appearance was very different. My parents did not let me get too crazy with how I looked or dressed.
You're a model, right?
That's correct.
can you please send Chris some pictures?
I really don't know.
Cut into this.
You have to have them
Modeling
because in
pictures. I need a
homeroom, you brought
headshot.
the magazine in the homeroom that you were in
I had like
to show us to make sure that we had proof that you were a model.
But my whole point in even mentioning this was just I had an obsession with music that was different. I don't know. Like there was the early internet days where it was like I remember seeing it was like top 100 music websites, and then there was like it must have been in 5th grade, so maybe it was like 1995, 6 or 7, something like that. But it was like deathmetal.com, and it had a streaming radio, and I was like, this is crazy.
You remember hxcmp3.com?
Yeah. So, but that used to be like PA hardcore too.
That's where you found metal songs.
Yeah. And then, but whatever the case is, I always liked the heavier music, even though my appearance looked very, very different. I don't think any of those. I had like a stupid headshot card where it was like my mom. My mom helped
You
me.
guys can relate. You have headshot cards. I know it.
Yeah. Chris had a way crazy ones. So they like
Chris is next week.
Chris definitely has way crazy ones. But like mine was like I remember it was you had to have 3 different looks. There was like the sporty look, and I had like a
Chris is like, yo.
like a Lions jersey.
Goddamn sporty.
It's like yeah, I had a Lions jersey where because I like the colors for it. And then I had like the white low top Air Force Ones with the baby blue like swoosh.
The only decisions that I made in childhood for photos was if I wanted to have a laser background or an apple on the desk in front of me. And that's it. That's as detailed as the photos my parents paid for me when I was a kid. And we always opted for the laser.
And I just remember, so the other one that was on the back, like real big, because there was like one prominent picture it was me with like my short spiky hair, which is no longer here, with the blonde frosted tips.
It's all the gel.
Yeah, the blonde frosted tips. And then it was my mom had me in a full-on tuxedo, but it was a yellow bow tie and a yellow cummerbund with like the white and black, and it looked so ridiculous and it's super embarrassing. But you know,
At the age that no one should know what a cummerbund is.
Cummerbund, that's right.
I wish that you were wearing it today.
Well, I
wish you came in.
Stop.
Any kind of coverage.
The
Yellow cummerbund.
Dude,
It's been any color.
she made me wear some of the most ridiculous, appalling stuff. Like I had the Canadian tuxedo in 2nd grade, which was a yellow jean jacket and yellow jeans with like a really jazzy shirt.
She was in yellow, huh?
She loved it, but it was good.
That was my mom's favorite color.
Yeah, she also had that Tweety Bird jean jacket. Tweety Bird, real big on the back.
Oh, don't go saying Tweety too loud.
We're
involved in.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
So, anyway, then after you graduated high school, you came to work for the Glitter Guy.
Yeah, I mean we can sort of fast track it. Like
You guys can do anything. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
how did you get into marketing then from there? Because we went to school, if anyone was listening, we went to school for electronics.
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah, we did.
And I sell glitter and you do marketing now. Just so that we show what our education brought us to. Although I still dabble in electronics a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
it's who you are, who we are. It's kind of the same thing.
That's what I had deep down in me.
Deep down,
Just had it crying to get out.
Yeah, I've always heard,
crying
I've heard you kind of fall into what you do for a living, and some people genuinely enjoy what they do. I really genuinely enjoy what I do, and there's a lot of correlation just between, I think, the business itself or whatever the business is, but how you market a business, which is what I enjoy doing. I always like attribute playing music in like my early 20s to kind of developing this like new age marketing where it's heavily reliant on social media, and then also, you know, web-based things like that. But, you know, back in 2005 to like 2007, I don't think anyone really knew it was like as crazy as it was.
No way.
Or the potential that it would be. But me and Sean, the man, his episode was last week, correct?
What is this?
Well, I mean, because you're shooting, I don't know when it actually, is this going to drop today?
Oh, because, yeah, I get why you...
Yeah.
He was the week before because Sarah and I were solo last week.
Okay, all right, there you go. Well, so, Sean, the wholesale guy here at TGG, we were in a band for a while, and we gained a
So
decent...
you're still in a band.
Yeah, we still are in a band, but it's a lot different now. People have, you know,
He's pretty famous.
It's more of a passion rather than doing something.
I was gonna say maybe next week we'll have Bob on.
Yeah,
And we just turn this into a one-by-one interview of Left Havana.
So, but we
Yes, gays.
Yeah,
we do.
Backburnered up.
we somehow just converted.
But like the advent of it was starting to play music using social media, which was MySpace at the time, to become, I don't know, like sort of a somewhat popular band for the type of music that we would play. To get signed, to use social media as like probably a teenager would right now, where that's like all they do.
To get girls.
Yeah, but different. Like there's business minded kids where every kid you ask right now is like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you're like, I want to be a YouTube star, and like that's kind of where it is right now. It's weird to say like, you know, I want to be a TV star or I want to be a movie star. I don't think you really hear that from, especially like my daughter who's 8 right now. I don't think she would say, well, she wants to be a music star. So,
And she will be.
she
Wants
will.
to be Taylor Swift.
She
be a rock
likes.
star with her dad.
She's down with Lizzo more than anything else right now. It's before it was Avril Lavigne, and now it's
Classic.
Lizzo, and but I don't know. So the whole point would be, let me circle it back here.
Punch yourself in the chin.
Yeah. The whole point being to use the early days of social media to kind of, you know, project a business or something that has the potential to make money is kind of where I got my bearings from doing stuff. Also tied in with all the electronic stuff. I've always been crazy creative. I enjoyed doing video production when we were in high school, and
That's what you were in charge of, kind of, right?
yeah,
The
like,
beginnings
they
gave us the groundwork.
Yeah, it's weird. We had like, you know, you did one class a year, but then for whatever reason, my video production class would call me down to do bigger projects every single year. It'd pull me out of whatever class I was in. And I enjoyed doing it. I loved the creative process. So
I remember being enthralled with the fact that we had a green screen in our high school.
Yeah,
Like,
it was dope at
We were
the time.
just, you know, I mean,
we had the
now I have one in my office and stuff.
yeah,
but,
like so HD.
It was so cool.
HD TVs were about to come out. I think they were.
That was my senior project.
Yeah.
I built the HD. I had to design and actually build, and then they were supposed to put it on the roof of the school. I don't know if they ever did.
Yeah.
It would have been a waste of time now because you can just, you know,
It's
hook
still-
up HD. But then HD TV had like one channel and was regional. So my antenna would pull HD channels from New York so that we could get more HD channels at the time. But I had to you had to very specifically cut and do the lengths of coax cable and everything so that it would pick up the very specific wavelengths. I don't remember any of the
that
math
legal?
of this shit anymore. I used to be good at a lot of
Is it
stuff.
legal to
They-
do that? It sounds illegal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it sounds like the show we were watching where they stole the cable.
It's basically like having rabbit ears on your TV on like crack. Like yes, very specific rabbit ears. Oh, well, you were saying like the Stingray? Yeah, I was making my own home use Stingray for the tech school to
I
be
meant a
able to
little before
spy
that,
on
but
New
yes.
York.
And they're making the cable boxes.
How crazy is it to think that how amazed we were looking at an HD picture and the clarity at the
Yes.
time, and now how much it looks like dog shit.
That's why I said that it's so much of it is like so insane that we saw like firsthand because like we we are probably some of the few people, definitely of our age group, that watched 9/11 happen in HD because we were in that class when the planes were coming. He rolled the screen out.
Yeah.
And it was on the news, and that was being broadcast in HD, and we saw, like, the plane hit the tower in high definition, which at most people would have seen that in, like, standard def at the time. So it was, like, kind of mind-blowing. Like, everybody remembers that moment and kind of where they were. It was, like, a freezing in time. And, like, for me, at least, that was, like, oh, shit, this is high def right now?
Yeah.
This is actually happening? That was nuts. But anyway.
And then, and then COVID happened, and the place that I was working
from 9/11 COVID.
Listen, we got 2 catastrophes right in a row. It's setting up this marketing story perfectly. If you want buzzwords and keywords, we got them right now. You may
it got so dark so fast.
Yeah, you may need
Wait,
to put
this is the part where we pause for Taylor Duncan's dad.
Oh, there we go.
What is up, guys? Taylor Duncan here for Duncan Custom Airbrush, and I'm back again. It is joke time, your favorite time. I know. First joke. This one hits home. My art teacher said my self-portrait looked horrible. On the bright side, she said it was extremely realistic. She said ugly. All right, joke number 2. If you are colorblind in an art gallery, everything is just a pigment of your imagination. Pigment color, you get it? You know. So, where'd that voice crack come from? Did you see the recent display of still life art? You didn't miss much. It wasn't very moving. Oh, you get it? It's still life. It's a... You thought I froze, didn't you? But that's not... I didn't freeze. I'm a good actor. And what else is good is the Craft Tea Podcast. And back to it.
And we're back.
Jason brought up you editing my tutorials because Jason was trying to get me motivated to do tutorials again. So we filmed the one in the living room and then sent it to you. And I'm pretty sure that I told you afterwards, way afterwards, how upset I was of the damn default pictures. I'm like, why does he make me look like that? Why would he pause the screen right on my wonky, funky eye? I'm like, this guy can't edit our videos. Jason's like, you're fine. I'm like, I'm not fine.
It was definitely different because at the time you were doing most of just like the stuff on your phone and like portrait mode and stuff like that. But like, to be honest, there's a caveat to what I do and then what the rest of the people do that make it, there's not any right or wrong, but like, I think when something looks too commercial or too
perfect,
too commercial or too I don't know, like looks like it's a brand, like
too polished.
Yeah, something that it doesn't
polish
doesn't
it just
do
to make my wonky eye look a little less wonky.
No. What I was getting at, like
put a fire patch right over that eye next.
Over time though, I've learned.
Which one is it again?
Over time though, I've learned that a lot of content, like if someone's out there and they're a crafting creator and they want their videos to look better, or they want it to look like more professional or something like that. It's not always a better thing. Like you can have, for instance, you can feel free to go on TGG's any social media feed or YouTube, but a lot of the ones where it's a very crisp, clean promotion or sale or something like that or whatever it is, doesn't really get enough. You can look at the interactions on it, and then if you look at something that is, someone putting together a craft, not trying to sell you shit, it does a lot better. So it's the same thing. If you have your own brand or something like that, I always encourage people to put like content that's good. Like if you're a painter or something like that.
Painter.
No. Well, I mean like so.
More shout outs for our friends.
Yeah, interior painter. So Bill, like, but Bill,
you get another feature.
But he's very good. His stuff is like almost professional looking, but all he does is just showcase before and afters interiors of houses, but it looks great.
Speaking of Bill, did he text you yesterday for money?
Goddamn right he did. He's trying to collect.
I was like, I'm calling him out on the thing. Did he tell you I texted him right after? I said, I better find out that you texted everyone else about this money.
He did. And I was like, damn. He's like, I know you.
He said, I'm just hurting.
I know you can't pay me like right now, but like when can I get it?
Why do you guys always have to do the Bill Walker voice?
So
it's funny
like
that we
certain
do.
friends
It's
that
not even
whenever
certain
we talk
friends. We do
about them,
wish
they have a
everybody
certain voice.
because Keith has a voice and
yeah, but his is like genuinely distinct. Yeah, like
hey, come in, gang.
yeah.
Well, when Jason, I told you this before, that when Jason asked if you can edit the videos, I was like, the guy that won the lottery? She was like, he didn't really win the lottery, right?
That's so funny. See, like,
That's one of the only posts that I remember because we didn't actually know each other.
No,
You won the lottery?
No.
Remember he edited that picture to make it look like he won the lottery?
I'm definitely a big troll on my own social media.
With a capital T.
So, anyone who's friends with me, like, I like just putting things out that are just total BS. And the one year, it was like, maybe it's like 4 or 5 years ago. And this is me like just kind of getting Photoshop under control and like kind of understanding it. But I bought maybe 20 Powerball tickets with just the intention of making a post look like I won $1 million because I thought that winning the Powerball would be so like that's like no way is someone going to do that. So I just did it enough to match where it looked like $1 million. And I just cut and paste different numbers that were on there to make it look like I won. And then he was like, what has 2 thumbs and just won $1 million? This guy. And like with the post like that, and everyone and their mother hit me up. And then I had people that I hadn't talked to in like 10 years hit me up, and then it was like, hey, what's been up? And I was like, nothing, and nothing. Do you have any idea where I can rent a tiger? It's so funny.
Rent a tiger.
But like
I just want to try one out for the weekend.
I don't know. I feel like and to translate the business, I always feel like funny sells. So like
Agreed.
A lot of funny is memorable. That's why you remember funny.
So that stuff we talked about that yesterday because we were having in the office. Obviously you weren't here, but we had a discussion on what we have coming up with sales and promotions and stuff and ads, and we were talking with Chris about like things that have worked in the past and stuff, and we just have been traditionally bit centric. That's what I said. I was like, we do bits. It's just like what we did was bits, and I feel like a lot of that lends to your influence, Sean's influence. I think
it's true.
A lot of us are very like-minded.
Yeah.
In what we find funny, I think, and that's why when the idea like kind of hits the floor, it just like blossoms really fast. You know, it's just,
Absolutely.
oh yeah, okay, I see exactly what you're talking about.
As
Sean wants me to like walk into a fucking shelf and drop glitter all over the warehouse. I'm like, oh yeah, bet.
It's just waste some money.
My shoulder.
And make a mess that we're not going to clean up.
I think it's there's always a conundrum where you have like someone who wants to be taken seriously and like, I don't know, comedy's not necessarily on brand with what product they kind of promote, where like a lot of the Tumblr makers and things like that, where it's very pretty and it's very, very, I don't know, super feminine and clean. And I don't know if jokes really go in there where you get like what's the one design, the Momosaurus.
Yeah,
there's designs like that come out every once in a while, and they're very cool. But like my thing is, if you try to do things that people aren't doing, you can be a trend creator rather than I don't know, just doing something that's oversaturated. We would try to do that a lot here to try to start trends and to try to do new things that people haven't seen. But we'd definitely be lying if we said we didn't want to try to keep people entertained with what they're buying and the designs they're doing. And
that's the name of the game.
Yeah, of course.
Get them views.
Yeah, well, it's not that. We're not here to make friends. We're here to make money. You know what I mean? It's really weird though. From day one, starting here and having no clue. Like Jason hit me up, and was like, "Hey, do you still edit videos?" And me and my
That's why I wanted more backstory, because we were jumping right into like Brian's method for marketing glitter, and I'm like, can we start with the fact that you didn't even know really what glitter could be sold?
I'm gonna get to it. It's crazy. So like,
you were selling cars before.
Yeah, that's true. So he hit me up and it was like, "Hey, do you still edit videos?" And I was like, "Do I edit videos? I'm way more than just a video editor." And then, but you know, I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. I have no job right now. I can do whatever you want." So, and then he told me, he was like, "Yeah, me and my wife, we sell glitter." And I'm like what? Like what? Like how? I don't know. Like, how do you sell glitter? And I was like, "Well, I'm a supplier, like people that make stuff and do stuff." I'm like, how the hell could people like use glitter? And then kind of being introduced to this like whole world of things where they are a supplier to people who have their own small businesses and they create crafts to sell people. It's a really, really cool world. And it's insane to think of day one, not knowing anything. And then where I am now, it's not that I think of myself as super knowledgeable, but I definitely am in the trenches. I definitely look at competitors' stuff. And
well, it's your whole job.
Yeah, it's true. And if you guys are watching this, you know who you are. That's so funny.
I would be amazed if any
I encourage you
competitor was so interested in, for competitive reasons, in watching my podcast this long, like a specific episode. Like, because we're got to be like 20, 30 some minutes in, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So like that's a lot of invested time of a podcast to just be like sitting there like I know they're gonna say something that I don't like.
Maybe
That's right.
they love us and they don't even realize it. Now they're just like, can't wait for Craft Tea to come out because it's really entertaining and I really love them lively.
What's the tea element of this? How much shit do you guys talk while we're?
It's like
What are you talking? You've never listened to all the episodes, Brian?
I mean, I have a short attention
I'm
span.
gonna sit here and go over them now.
Well, I have like 8 monthly listeners, and I know you're not one.
No, I know the headlines. I know that you talk about people shutting down operations, which is kind of tea-like, but it's not necessarily mean.
Dancing, yeah, we're dancing around the tea thing.
We only really comment on things that were already public. I don't feel comfortable with bringing gossip to light that wasn't already there. No. I'm kind of okay with commenting on it, and even then we kind of dance around that too. Because honestly, we get the views and the headlines would be better, but it
doesn't feel right.
Yeah, like honestly, like bothers us. So
I have the idea for the pairing to this. You should do a premium subscription for behind the scenes for all of the real tea that doesn't get said publicly here.
It's like he was here yesterday, because that's literally almost the same pitch that Sean had yesterday.
They told him.
No, we don't. We had no clue. That just makes sense.
I don't know that dude.
I don't know that dude.
Yeah.
He's a loser.
Sean said, why not have a paid subscription for the podcast that has it so the normal podcast cuts at an hour no matter what, and then anything after that is extended feature, and you have to be part of like the Patreon.
No, listen, the content matters. You need to be nasty. You need to be...
that's when you turn it up, is after the hour mark, I guess.
Turn the mic up.
Get it turned.
But I said to Sean, listen, I have like 8 monthly listeners, and you want me to charge them now?
Yeah. Hey. Listen, you're not getting this anywhere else. You know. I'm always curious too. Do you guys go back in the comments and comment with people to interact to kind of get sometimes?
Yeah, mostly Chris, but a lot of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's usually Taylor Duncan that comments, so I can just text him.
Well, I'm serious about those damn competitors. If you're watching this,
drop a comment.
I want to know.
I know Taylor watches them because he comments, so if you're watching this, Taylor, you share your episode.
Yeah, we're kind of putting requests in at the beginning because I watched the majority of Sean's. I will be lying if I said I didn't jog around. but I
It's
did.
a mad long drive to work. Put us on in the radio.
Yeah, it's on Spotify and Apple.
That was almost two hours though.
You can't stop them too. You know this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You can't stop
I
them.
mean, this one would be long if we don't pay attention at the time.
That is true. But look, I'm trying to give a short, concise message to the people who matter, and then and help build brands still right here, and then
You do very much still help build brands with us. We would not be able to operate. I mean, don't get your big head because I could replace you anytime I want. But we could not operate without you, which is really ironic because when Jason said let's hire Bryan full time, immediately I was like, to do what? We do not have enough work for him for 8 hours, 5 days a week. That's stupid. Like that's just throwing money out the window. We have a website. What do you need Bryan for?
I said Bryan will even build his own desk.
Well, we put you in that school desk for a little while,
Yeah.
but and then I mean,
We have pictures of that, right? You said?
it wasn't long before I was like, we can't operate without this man.
No, it's like the digital business, which is what TGG is there's a lot of intricacies to the marketing factor, and you can be successful for a short amount of time if with no marketing, and you have a really hot product that sells and does well. Like every person dreams of having a business where it's like, oh my god, it sells itself, I don't have to do anything, all I have to do is just show up to work and collect money, that's it.
It's called pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. So but
2020.
Oh, I ordered
man.
another one of those.
but I mean, yeah, there was a lot of variables, and Jason and Sara were smart with their investment into try to take the business up a notch. But you had people trapped in their houses for what was supposed to be 2 weeks, and then people who are moderately familiar with crafting becoming more entrenched in crafting, and they were at the right place at the right time, and decided to take some steps up, change warehouses again,
Yeah.
and
Get an assembly line.
yeah, that's right. Get a bunch of stuff going, but it
Because
is
we were still moving into that second warehouse when
Yeah.
you came.
yes,
That's why you had that school desk with the plant.
yeah, and I was the only person in that giant
In the
massive floor.
dark office.
Yeah.
Running up and down the steps every 2 hours.
Yeah,
I
you-
would forget that you were here, and then you'd run back down the steps to show us another label. I'm like,
Yeah,
It's
we were
actually
using
really
them
cool.
offices downstairs. They eventually became like the disciplinary rooms.
Yeah, if someone is like trying to
Those
build
chains and shackles.
a
Sort of.
business, like a business or a brand or something, or you're a creator or a crafter that wants to do something, I don't know, and you want to be memorable, you can either make a really cool, memorable craft idea that people know you for that craft, or you can build a brand that's kind of all, I don't know, familiar with one another or similar to one another. And I think a lot of the crafting world, what I saw when I came in was just like, I don't know, a lot of mismatched shit everywhere. And
flyers with balloons from
Honestly, I think because you polished up stuff within the business that
Sure.
we didn't know needed polishing in the first place. You know what I mean? Until it's polished, you're like,
Holy crap.
well, it did look like shit. And then a lot of stuff wasn't cohesive. So like we used different text on stuff, different fonts, different colors, whatever. And then, so it was like, listen, ED 1164, 27AE1, these are two colors that you use, that's it. And then after that, and I've already leaked those colors before, so I don't care.
yeah, no, I heard.
I
heard.
Like, so those are two
He
colors.
said I heard him.
All I gotta do is use a dropper tool. You can see what.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? It's good to go.
So you take those colors, and it's honestly public, because if anybody wants to use my branding, I hope you're using my correct colors.
Yeah.
So anyway, those colors, the fonts, I don't remember exactly what the fonts
Burston?
are. Well, Burston isn't used anymore on the labels. Now that's actually girly. But the
Sean, Brian's like,
No.
the normal fonts,
That's
I don't know. That doesn't matter.
Whatever the
Anyway,
case
you
is,
you
we're gonna keep
normalized all of it to the point that it all was cohesive and cleaned up and made sense. So I think what you kind of did was created like a benchmark, because now that ours looks better than anybody else's that already existed or that was trying to exist, sees that benchmark and are like, shit. Now I have to reach at least that level, because none of us were doing that. So
No,
none of us really stood out necessarily per se. And then
Fair.
once it got like super clean, it was like, now the bar's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the brands kind of followed suit because you kind of need to keep up. You know what I mean?
That is true. I wonder how many.
I think you push the envelope.
When I hit you up about this yesterday, where it's like, I wonder how many of the crafters use AI or are messing with it to do things. I don't think many. Do you see any crafting videos that are centered around AI stuff?
I don't see any videos at all.
So it's interesting. A lot of the AI videos, at least that I've watched and stuff or seen, are just like get rich quick schemes that they say that you can like do. They're just like, hey, look at all the vinyl prints that you can design and make and sell, and look at all the. But none of them are by makers or crafters. They're just people that make videos like that are just like, hey, this is another way to make $1 million quick. You know, like
yeah, I got it. Yeah, that was man. I don't know. That's why I had in my head. I was like, man, because yesterday while I was trying to game plan of any way that I could kind of fill however long we were going to talk. I was like, man,
Were you nervous that we were going to run out of things to talk about? Because
No.
I'm nervous that we'll be here all day.
No, I just wanted people. I just wanted people to watch it, you know. So it's like, what's the juicy angle? The headline is, I use ChatGPT to make one of the hottest selling crafts on Etsy. It's like, there it is. It's right there. But I did. It gave me a list of everything.
you could probably ask ChatGPT what to write as your headline.
Yeah.
To sell them to get the most views.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Give me a headline to maximize views.
Views.
Try it.
Will Walker's calling me right now.
You even had to make the title and everything?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I wanted to run this past you and everybody else. Like, last year was just a fluke with the boss or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Bad scenario. I was going to go through a different company, but my thought, you see, now we're going to roll the dice again here. My boy just literally bought like an actual party bus.
Okay.
Oh my god, are you going to go on Courtney Gross's bus?
Not the buses that's not a party bus. We just had a passenger bus. This is like the one where it's like the long couch and it looks like a limo inside. It fits 20.
Yeah.
He had to pick it up. Thank you. Look at that. He picked it up in Virginia. And he said it drove fine.
Are you in the bathroom right now?
No. Are you? He told me that.
All right, Bill, get to the point, man. Hurry up. I'm on a podcast live right now. I'm not even joking. You're on my watch. I have you up to the microphone.
Oh, hey, whose podcast?
Sarah and Jason's.
Hey, Jason and Sara's assist.
Hey, Bill.
And so is Jay. And hello, all the listeners out there.
We already shouted out the painters earlier.
Yeah, we did. I gave you some
I'll send you
props.
an invoice later.
So last year we went out to our everybody knows that's listening, and we broke down. And Jason saved the day.
I forgot that we broke down in that.
Jason did save the day.
I forgot.
He did. He saved the day. I couldn't believe it.
That's good content. I didn't even get a break on the price this year for that.
I know. How much he charge you?
I told her, I said yesterday, you better be texting everyone for that money.
Yeah, he definitely was.
I'm pretty sure Jason brought the
Case of water.
Case of water.
Yeah.
He put it in the radiator and he saved it. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead here. You finish up. You got 30 seconds.
All right. Well, I'll be on the podcast in a couple weeks, listeners. We'll talk later.
Yeah, that's another member Left to Vanish will have.
It's all right.
All right.
No, I want the tribute.
The tribute band. Sarah said she wants the tribute
Oh
band.
yeah, never mind. We want the tribute band. Sean's gonna wear his makeup.
Yeah, Ted Durst.
Ted Durst.
Podcast live.
YouTube, Spotify. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it's not live, but Spotify, Apple.
It's not live.
Yeah, it'll
Send
come
me
out.
some links.
It'll come out next week. All right. Bye.
Bye. There's always those.
We got a twofer.
Anyway, yeah, we had a special guest,
Yeah.
Billy Walker.
That's really funny. Are you in the bathroom right now?
Well, it sounds like you guys are getting a different bus.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy though if he said that he was in the bathroom? Because then that would have been cold.
He fucked it all up. You can't be on my podcast.
Yeah. Why?
Before we were I was gonna say rudely interrupted. I'm not gonna say that's rude though. It's pretty cool.
No.
It was pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
That was a nice interruption. Oh, yeah. The use
He's
AI.
gonna show off his Apple Watch.
We would say to use AI to
I mean,
generate.
cool.
Why don't you have
That actually wasn't Bill. That was AI.
Yeah. Yeah. That was joking.
I don't even know if he knows where his watch is anymore.
No. Yeah. I.
Really?
Mine's on the counter in the cabin.
So. Trips places ruin my. I am a habit person, and like I need my little stand with my watch charger, the phone charger on my nightstand. We go on a trip. It gets put in a bag.
Yeah.
And then it's probably still in the bag.
You would think
And then
unpacking
so then my
trips would
watch.
be a habit.
Yeah, obviously that's what I'm saying. But I just get all fucked up with it. I'm not. I didn't say that I don't.
You're
so
sisters.
my watch died, and I took it off. I'm like, dude, I'm tired of just wearing. I was putting it on every day for like a week dead, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Because I keep doing this, and it's just not doing
Yeah, it's not
it. So
doing it.
I put it down. It's been like 3 weeks. So
No.
My favorite part is that
North Carolina is the trip I'm talking about, and if anyone listeners like we reviewed that trip. So that was a few skis ago, and no watch.
This is the last week of April.
Yeah, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. But listen, I edged our sidewalks and I cut the goddamn lawn. I've been on it with the yard work, so I am a mess now with my watch. But I picked back up on yard work, so whatever.
Stay tuned for next week
To see
how
what
things
I
are
dropped
going.
to pick back up. Yeah,
Wait,
there we go.
That's the way
That's
of
the
life,
part of the
though.
bit that we.
That's the way of
review what's
life.
relevant to my life. We talked about breakfast last week. Now we're talking about my chores and
Or lack
upkeep
thereof.
this week.
Can we bring it back to ChatGPT making $1 million for a crafter out there? Because that, I don't
As
know.
long as I'm the crafter, that's why I said I keep
Chat GPT for your shirt.
giving away all the $1 million
No.
ideas that I'm never cashing out on them.
No, but thank you for bringing this. So allow me to speak. No, no. With
The
the
real reason I'm here.
for most of the shirts, like so, for anyone who doesn't know, me and Sean, Sean
Sean and I.
Sean and I.
Yeah, no. I like it that way. Even though it's grammatically incorrect, I think it sounds better. Me and Sean, we started a t-shirt business where it's kind of like bootlegs, but of like metal bootlegs of pop culture and stuff like that, mostly like pop artists. And we always take, I always take suggestions of what people think. So we did one for the Philadelphia Eagles, and that one was a really big hit because, spoiler alert, more people like the Eagles than kind of just any one singular artist and likes a metal version of it. So my brother suggested, why don't you do like a restaurant or something like that, or like a fast food place? And I was like, oh, dude, I was like, yeah, absolutely. So this is a black metal Chick-fil-A shirt, and it just looks perfect with the cow's face there. It just looks like a black metal shirt. It just says closed Sundays on the back. But that's it. We sell these things.
Should have just said the Lord's Day or something.
Yeah, the Lord's Day, closed Sundays.
My favorite's still the one you made for your grandma.
That one too. That's kind
Put her
of
face on.
what inspired it. Sean has a lot more ideas that are kind of straight up bootlegs or like silly ones where it's like taking the band Ghost, their logo, and then pairing it with the scene from Ghost with Patrick Swayze, and it looks like a really silly shirt, which is good. But then I'm more of I'm gonna create something that I don't know, just looks like a real deal like band shirt. Like people are like, what band is that?
So his idea was okay, but your ideas are better.
No, they exist. They exist together. We both do it. Then for like this Chick-fil-A one.
That's why he likes it better, me and Sean.
Yeah.
Because it's
First.
his ideas first, and then Sean. It's actually the brand is me and Sean's shirts.
Me and Sean shirts. It's called Deaf to False Idols, and you can buy these online, deaftofalseidols.com. And there is a bunch of prints on there. And if you live in the Philadelphia area, we will do pop-ups every now and then, or flea markets, or kind of market things.
Punk rock flea market.
Yeah, punk rock flea market. They do that, and
Shout
then
out to
Great
Trent.
American Craft Expo.
yeah. And
No,
then,
you know this man purposely
No, he's buying them.
scheduled
I'm making him
a
buy food.
vacation on the weekend, so we didn't ask him to come do nothing. He was there last year.
He was so
He was like, nah.
do you have 1-day spots available?
It's ironic
We do.
that his vacation
There are 1-day spots
is in
available.
Atlantic City, New Jersey.
No, it's not. It's going to be in Wild.
They have a beautiful water park.
They do. They do. Luna's actually stoked where she would want to go to it.
But you told her that you ruined her life and that you're not going, right?
No. Sorry.
Sorry you can't go to the Great American Craft Expo this year. I know you were really looking forward to it, Luna, but we're going to Wildwood.
I'm really stoked about the Dad Rock party. I think that is amazing.
But you're not coming.
Who knows? Maybe I'll go to it though. You know.
Brian, I better see you show up at least one part of that expo.
It sounds.
You figure out which
He
part.
said he's at such an unmanageable distance away. Wildwood is like a stone's throw
30
from
minutes, like
Atlantic
20
City.
minutes.
And I will throw a
It's like-
stone at you if you do not show up to something.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, we're gonna be in Brigantine. There's no way I can swing it.
It's funny.
I better see your face that weekend.
Oh, definitely.
And for sure, I would love to see Jenny because she is absolutely the better half.
Yes, she is. She's great, and
And we're gonna have wine.
She's my light. You know what I mean? And she makes me a better person. We talk about this. So
she coached me through this.
yeah. So she was good. She had
Jenny, did you get that part right?
yes, she had a lot of good suggestions. She had a lot of good suggestions about what I should say when I got here, and I done good for her. And
Yeah, hang on. Let me check my index.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
I
beautiful.
I didn't find it
and smart.
coincidental
Yeah.
that when we hung out on Saturday, you just happened to have to leave. Once I'm like, Jenny, I'm your girl. We can agree on all of Brian's bad habits. I spent just as much, if not more, time with this man than you did
Yeah.
for like 3 years. I
That's
know
fine.
him.
Yeah, but
You call me and we will talk
the
all about
difference
Brian's
is-
bad habits.
the difference
And
is
then
me
you
and
guys
Jenny are
went to Bowman's
perfect.
Tower after it.
And that is what, you know, I just appreciate having someone in my life to where we're both parents, we get along swimmingly, we are homeowners, you know, we live the American dream, and there is nothing that I'm going to say.
We're not going to end up on the news at all.
And yeah, there's nothing that I'm going to say that's going to make anyone think otherwise.
You guys went to
Well,
Bowman's
Jenny was
Tower
easy.
afterwards, and I saw your pictures, and I said to Sarah,
So
I'm like,
butthurt.
I saw like the next day, I was like, what the fuck? She's like, what? And I was like, they went to Bowman's Tower. They said they were going to New Hope. I was like, I love Bowman's Tower.
It is New Hope, man.
That's what I said. It's like they didn't
I was
invite us.
so
I'm like,
upset. I haven't been
we
to
had to go
Bowman's Tower
home.
since I was a little kid, and
she-
had Alex.
She told me I've never been, like we were driving past it, and she's like, I've never been there. I was like, you've never been there?
I've never been
I
there.
was,
made a
I was
U-turn and
looking
we
at
went
the
there.
top of the tower and then looking out at Washington's Crossing because it looks like a painting. It looks like any of the like old like farm paintings and stuff. You know what I mean? It's
Right,
all just
yeah.
like
Did you hear what he just said though? They were driving
something about
past it.
being a-
Jenny made a comment, I've never been there, and Brian's first instinct was to make a U-turn and go there. And I'm just gonna say at least 4 times have we been in that same situation. I've never seen a U-turn on your
Oh, man. Well, I'm not even,
I don't think so. I've been there though.
I've never been there. That's the situation
but you would
we
have,
were in.
but listen, to be fair, you have to be in the situation before you say it.
But I was. We've driven by Bowman's
And you
Tower.
said you wanna go?
And I said I've never been there. I've definitely said I want to go. And Jason's like, yeah, one day.
No, I don't think that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all.
My intention was not to come here and make everyone else look bad, but you know what I mean?
But he's here.
Wait, so for anyone who doesn't know, Bowman's Tower was used. It is on the edge of Pennsylvania into New Jersey, and it was the spot where George Washington had crossed the Delaware River into New Jersey to surprise attack the English, British.
This is our new segment. History lessons with
British are
Brian.
coming.
They're like wondering why. I don't know. They could be wondering what the hell they're talking about. But it's good. It was just used.
Drop
as,
some links.
it was
below.
used as a lookout tower in the.
Yo, Bowman's Tower, you want to sponsor me?
Yeah.
Or not.
I'm looking for sponsorships.
I'm trying to get unlimited $7 tickets.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
It's not bad.
$7 each. It's not bad. You go up there and those stairs are like insane.
Your pictures are
Wait,
cute.
did they open the stairs back up?
Yeah, you have to. The elevator don't work.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm excited about that. I was actually pissed when they installed the elevator because half of the
steps?
draw is doing the sit. Yes,
It's definitely
it's
like
honestly
8
super interesting.
stories.
It's a very tight, very narrow,
I totally
super
get that.
small stone steps, and very windy.
There's a lot of like plaques and stuff, and it talks about
But
Washington
that's the cool
being a
part.
lookout tower for during the Revolutionary War.
Well, your pictures were adorable.
Yeah, well, thank
As they
you.
always are.
Yeah.
You got Jenny in there.
I'm the one who decided to take the pictures, and that's it.
And Jenny made it look good. So you
That's
guys
it.
are a
That's
perfect pair.
correct.
Sunset hard hands.
I know. I can't.
Sunset hard hands.
She's funny.
Oh my goodness.
So, that Chat GPT thing. I asked to give me 10 craft ideas that would work extremely well on Etsy, and I don't remember.
Did you ask it to give you ideas that aren't already
saturated?
being used?
So I said original ideas that really don't exist. Then I like furthermore. I have little screenshots.
Did
of
you
this,
say a
Chris,
few
so you can-
furthermore?
Yes, furthermore.
ChatGPT.
Because remember, because it can remember. So I said furthermore.
But
I
save
would
the
like.
list for the paid subscription.
Yes, yeah, but they have to view it in the office.
You should. What we should do is give it like really specific, like sophisticated instructions, and then really abridged instructions like, ChatGPT, can you give me, like 10 very specific,
It was
unsaturated, and then another one like, yo, make me money.
I want 5. It
Just send fire emojis to it.
Yeah,
10 ways to get paid.
it wrote like. Well, then I asked.
ChatGPT's like, get a fucking job. Stop asking me shit.
I asked it to do an original idea that hasn't been done yet, and it said like it. I have the screenshot. It was like magical something jars or whatever, and it literally broke it down into the steps to how to make it, and it's basically making mini glass jars of magic memory jars is what it said.
Okay.
Gave the title and everything.
That'll be this Friday's.
Okay, so magic memory jars, and
doing a Friday craft.
it's suggested
We're
to
doing magic
make
memory jars.
to make a scene from a memory that you share with someone. And so if it's like a beach scene or something like that, and then you put the sand in there, put a couple shells in there, put like a little mini beach chair or whatever, use some resin for the water, you know what I mean? And then it even suggested to make it that much more magical to add little scents or like essential oils so that when you open the jar, you get a nice like hint or something like lavender or something
one do I
that
want?
reminds. This one right here. Oh, that might not be, I just go on the website.
Yeah.
But it was actually like a genuine idea, and then to take it up another notch, I hopped on the
Or you can use Bard, babe.
the AI art generator, and I fed it the prompt to tell me what it would look like with the glass, like the actual jar, and it looked pretty
okay?
good. It looked okay. Like it's enough to get like.
Is it enough to make a listing?
Sort of, but like
That's the part is like curious. You know what I mean? Like can we from start to finish create a listings picture, create the listing itself? You know what I mean? The craft and everything,
you could definitely like the material.
and then like get a sale. I'm curious if we could actually like wrangle in a sale. Like I would follow through and actually make the product, but if we could accomplish get someone to want to spend money on an idea that was completely fabricated.
I mean,
from like
what I was feeding, it was more geared towards the people who buy our stuff, rather like, hey, what can I make? What custom thing can I make to make money or sell, and what would do well? That's kind of like unsaturated. But I don't think it was really listening to me because we've had Christmas ornaments where people have sent us little like panorama scenes and things like that. It's not panorama, but there's like little detailed scenes.
But it wasn't a magical memory jar.
No, that smelled very nice when you would open it up and really give a cool idea.
And honestly, you could put a whole nother extra spin on it that would probably get you sued, but you could make them the like Harry Potter memory jar things, you know,
for
what I mean?
sure,
like the thingy,
absolutely,
like
absolutely.
Throw that whole.
Not saying that you should do that, you know what I mean, but if you wanted to
make one for a friend.
Yeah, you want to make for a friend, for free, and then just pay you in pat on the backs. Yeah, donation.
Yeah.
Donation to my Cash App.
Yeah, pay me in Visa gift cards. I think those aren't traceable. We've been watching a lot of
You
stuff.
say, what's the best city? What's the best city?
So for what?
Generosity.
Oh.
What's the best nation?
Well,
A
donation.
donation. Come on, he knew. He saw it coming. Come on. Come on.
I often got.
That was a good guy.
When I was younger, it wasn't
I
as
thought he
like.
won the lottery. I mean, come on.
When I was younger, it wasn't as much as like dad, like things that just sound like my dad coming out of my mouth. And now the older that I get, like towards the tail end of 30, everything that I say that was like, oh, he's
Don't
like.
go swimming in 30 minutes.
I do always say that. But everything that I say is
At your hot dog party.
is way sounds just like more like a dad. And I guess that's what it is. Like my dad said really quirky things, whereas like he like would pronounce words wrong on purpose and like to try to sound funny. I was like, this guy's like 65. What the hell's he doing? And that's gonna be me. I know it.
What
Yeah, the
age
older
were
you
you
get,
when
the
you were
more you
thinking that?
realize that we don't grow up.
Yeah, you're corny. Yeah, God, a corny guy.
You both are a little corny.
Yeah.
But in the right ways.
If anyone's curious though, the crafting community, the chat GPT thing is cool. Like
You're stuck.
I know, just
I like
one,
it.
it's hot right now. It's what's selling on
like
YouTube.
it.
So we put chat GPT in this headline, instant 50 views.
Like, you better stop that. He's the cat.
I
But
was wondering where we were going with this. I'm like, we're not going to get 50.
we're going to the moon, baby, to the moon. 50 views.
You already rode that rocket.
Instant.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely
He actually
like,
credits you with that right away.
Yeah.
When you put that in the title, you're credited with 50 views right away.
it's the starting, it's the baseline. But it really is a cool tool for I use it. We talk about it because if you're a business owner or you own some type of website, there's no way that you don't have a marketing email in your inbox that's talking about ChatGPT, how to use ChatGPT for your business.
Yeah.
And that's really a big shift right now, especially on what I do for digital marketing. But like, I've been using different things as an aid. Like one, I write things, I say things. It almost sounds like dyslexic at times, where I put like the back half of a sentence in the front part, and really when I take a step back and I look at it and I'm like, this sounds insane to me, and I need to like rewrite it. So
So you get ChatGPT out.
so the thing is, I'll take my writing and I would feed it into it. It's not ChatGPT because I've been using something before that is literally the same thing. It just rewrite things for you. I don't want to say what it is because it's very good and I like using it. I don't want to give away my secret sauce. But it's not all the time that I use it. But it's just like rewriting tools or I don't know, Grammarly.
Brand will get upset.
Grammarly, like you have Grammarly on your computer.
I was going to say Grammarly is
And
what
a lot
I
of people
use.
do that, but that's kind of the same thing where it's
I
just
don't know my grammar.
it suggests different ways or different ways of saying something to make it sound better. So that's kind of how I use it, but it's really cool for something creative because like I've asked it, okay, what's some content ideas or content ideas to do for video, and some of the stuff's really hokey. That's where I think like the difference is, where it's like, that nothing on that list is probably going to start a firestorm, because most of the stuff that becomes like super trendy is kind of organic or comes from within or isn't planned. You know what I mean?
So many of those. And I'm only using it because she was conversing with you about it, so it's fresh in my mind. But the White Claw thing with Marcy, she made the White Claw thing, and she went viral with that, right? And I think like people were making a tumbler is cylindrical in the first place, so like the idea of just making it mimic an already popular product is like almost so like you're like, what the. Duh.
Two and a half years prior, I did a monster can, and no one gave a crap about my monster can.
The first thing that I bought,
Which is probably for the best.
I got someone in the crafting group, and I spent.
By the way, Monster Sarah
getting a
never made
monster
this
can.
monster can.
Where is
She's
that
just
monster
lying.
can?
I don't know. Is it
I know.
here?
There is no
Possibly.
monster can here.
I'm
Just
pretty
kidding.
sure. All the other shit's here.
Monster
Kidding.
lemonade.
You're taking Luna's bin with you when you leave.
Sarah never
It's
made
just
monster
jars. Oh my god, we can create magical memory jars with my daughter's stuff that's there.
You're not leaving that bin here.
There's magical memory jars that are empty.
And you're
Yeah,
gonna
Brian left some
magically make
magical
that bin
memory jars
disappear.
behind. Yeah, they're called Rubbermaid tubs.
Rubbermaid
Oh,
tubs.
shit.
No. If you open it up, they're like little jars. They're for making slime, which she did not ever do.
Me or Luna? Or
No,
both?
Luna.
Or both.
Both. You know.
Remember we bought all the stuff.
Yeah, but then we found out the stuff we bought was like the first way that people were making slime, and we were like,
That's old
this is
hat.
dangerous. Let's not do that anymore. Because it was like all borax and shit like that.
So Brian, I don't know if I'm happy or
Anthrax.
sad that we didn't prompt you with this question beforehand, but what would you say are your 3 favorite memories at TGG headquarters?
Man.
You don't have to name 3, but I gave you enough so that you
Yeah, but
have to do 1.
I can. So the experience of working with your friends in itself
we did have fun.
is really, really different. And if anyone has that opportunity to kind of be able to do something and like make a living and work alongside people who you enjoy being around, I think I don't know. There's
Brian's
It's a major
laying it on
shift
thick.
where it's a major shift probably from your daily interaction to where you went, and then from here.
for sure.
We never moved to that point either.
No,
where you're
it's
at now.
it's definitely like it is.
You're in like a real
office. I'm just a
Real office.
Office. It's my own office. I look out the window. I see the birds.
Not that this is like a fake office, but like
No,
it's very night and day, right? Like that's like
This is and it's different.
it's an office building in Center City.
Yeah, when
or
you need a break, and when we needed a break from like there are definitely days where we were all sucked into our computer, no one can even look up for a second, and you were just work, and then you need a little bit of a break, so you just stand up, walk around the office, and kind of like bullshit with us.
That's when I usually would, when I would see steam coming out of Brian's ears or something over there, you're just like working on lines, and I would try to just throw like a question that has nothing at all to do with glitter of the business to just kind of break up the monotony a little
Or
bit.
someone just
I feel
does
like
something
you
funny.
probably don't get something like that.
No, it's definitely. But it's like so. But
Hey Brian, well, you guys writing a new song lately? Or
that is just one of the. It's not necessarily a memory, but it's something that I definitely enjoyed.
You were
a
thinking
lot.
about that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
Brian's like the Biden meme now. He just looks out the window at the office sad. Like the old Biden meme,
That's
the Obama Biden.
You know, I know. I saw it as soon as you said
Yeah,
it.
he's just looking out. He's just.
And then what? I don't know what kind of crazy. Like I'll go through my.
We still talk every day.
Yeah, I go through my like stories and stuff on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, and I'll see like the any like reels that I have. There's like one where Jason was filling. We were in the other warehouse, and Jason was filling one of the tubs to dip Marabou stuff in. So this is like right at the early stages when I got there.
Yep.
And what all you saw was like the wall, and then Jason standing and filling with the hose. And I was like, Jason, just lean your head forward because it looked like it looked really good. See if I can find that video. I'll send it to Chris.
You'll be busy at the office
We had,
later.
and then we did not that I want to feed you memories.
No, please do, because I'm
in that office when we
You know me,
had,
I'm
because one of the
nostalgic.
memories I had was when we had all the cake in there in the office it was around Halloween time because I was definitely wearing the Freddy Krueger mask. I don't remember exactly why.
Why did we have cake?
Yeah, we were all up. Remember, we would all like be up in there. We were celebrating someone's birthday.
We don't know why, but there
it
was definitely
October?
cake.
Then it was maybe Brian's.
No, I don't think I had a cake ever because you guys didn't
But
like
remember,
that.
I was wearing. There's some like videos of it. I was wearing the
Try to
Freddy
think of it.
Krueger mask when I was eating the cake. Remember?
Halloween
The
party.
mask?
It was. I
We
think
were having a Halloween
Was
party.
it a Halloween
Yep.
party? Oh yeah, everybody dressed up.
yeah, costume
You were
contest,
dressed up
something like that.
pumpkin spice latte D.
Laura was Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. And then we had a bunch of cupcakes. That's what it was.
Yep.
I was you. I just wore.
Oh, you were me. You were pumpkin spice latte D.
Oh, because I wore the blue hair. That's why.
You were yourself as a duck.
That's correct. I was pumpkin spice latte.
We will
Yeah, and you had the
see
glitter
guys
shade and
pictures
the
of
coffee
that.
cup.
I wore the flannel.
We have like some
blue
videos
wig.
of it, honestly.
Yeah, I
had
got
the blue wig.
footage.
Yeah, it was a good one. I mean, there.
That was a good day.
Listen, I like funny shit that happens to people. I like goofy things that happen, embarrassing things. I think things like that are very funny, especially when they happen to me. Like,
You do it well.
yeah, but I
You
just
handle it
I don't know.
well.
I enjoy it, like embarrassment. Oh man, I wonder if I could tell. It's like besides the point, but like any person can think of the most embarrassing thing that's probably ever happened to them, and I feel like no matter when it is, it's most likely probably when you were in middle school. So I feel like that's like the most fragile. You're like, you care about what other people think. You're super
Still care about
you're,
people.
no, but not like that, but you're super conscious of like everything, whereas like you're like 4 or 5 or you know what I mean?
I get it.
You don't really give a shit. And then but like should I just go into it? Is it like one of
I have no idea where you're going with it, so I really want you to finish it. And if we have to edit it out, we just will.
I don't know, it's just funny.
I need to know now. What
I
you're
remember
getting at.
I was in English class and my stomach hurt really bad.
Oh God, I don't want to know anymore.
And I just said, okay, I have to fart, and it was so loud that the entire class turned around and looked at me, and I pretended that it was my zipper, and I was playing with my zipper, and that was it. So, that's really it.
But somehow the zipper couldn't imitate that sound.
No, but it really is like, huh? It almost sounded like a zipper because it was so loud.
Are your jeans too tight now to reiterate that noise? Or
They gradually went from like Jankos and kickwear, like really big jeans, to getting tighter,
Janko jeans.
tighter and tighter.
Jorts.
And then now mom jeans are back in,
Wait, so the Misfit Makers were here a few weekends ago.
Sure.
And we were going to go to Sad and Bougie because I knew that they were looking for some kind of party to go to. And so I told them, I'm like, we're going to go to Sad and Bougie. And Jess is like, oh, what kind of clothes do you wear? Do I wear club clothes? And I'm like, you could. And so the message that got reiterated to Jerry was, get your club clothes. And Jerry's like, I don't have club clothes. Like, I don't have any. What do you mean? So Jerry asked her husband what she should wear to Sad and Bougie. So her husband looked up Sad and Bougie, went to the Instagram and told her that she should wear Janko jeans. And she's like, what is Janko jeans?
Dude. Like,
Jenkins.
I don't know.
She wouldn't be far off, though. I think she'd fit right into some
that's good,
Jankos.
I feel so old that the trends have like gone and come back. Because when I was in high school, it was like cool to have like 70s look. Like I really want to know when color ribbed t-shirts are about to come back in. It's just like the white t-shirt with like the color ring around the neck and the sleeves. You don't think they ever will?
That's the Hollister preppy.
But those were like 70s shirts. I loved those were like 70s t-shirts.
I mean, like, yes and no. They were still like the beach preppy. You're talking Abercrombie.
But
Hollister,
that's how people wore it then, where it was like puka shells and stuff like that.
And then
Brian,
like
please wear
the
some
acid
puka
wash,
shells.
the acid wash,
Painters jeans, things like that.
with the
But what I'm
rips
saying
and
is,
knees
it
and
went from
shit.
baggy. It went
Still
from,
done.
but now it's like the '90s thing.
But for guys.
Yeah, '90s.
Oh.
90s is what is imitated now, and it makes me feel old. And I don't like it because I don't.
I feel you.
I don't like the '90s look, but like
But that look hasn't come back, right? Preppy? Like, preppy hasn't come back.
No, but you know what? If you go to certain
Preppy was popular when we were in high school.
if you go to certain areas,
Yeah, I was
it
gonna say, I
never
don't
goes
know those
away.
kind of people, I guess.
It never goes away because it's just a nicer.
So
banana
why did it
republic look.
invade our adolescence? It's
I
like weird, right?
Because it's Abercrombie and Hollister, who was like
I guess
very,
they heavily just influenced us.
very influential at the
Yeah.
time.
That makes sense.
It's really it. And then
$200 jeans with rips and stains and
Yeah.
acid wash on them.
it was the only place that I could buy guy flares. But they would call them boot cuts. But like you knew what they were. It's like that.
Now your jeans are just too tight.
Yeah, now it's just that. But like to be fair, like they're getting looser and looser, and they're just going backwards now.
Your jeans or everyone else?
No, everyone else. Like the trend is like it's, but the trend is not completely form-fitting. It's relaxed.
Yeah, bell bottoms are coming back again for women, which never left for me.
Yeah,
but this is like the third time in recent history since like 2013 that I can remember that they're trying to bring it back, and I hope that it dies again because that's when they all go in clearance and I just stock up.
Yeah, if you're watching, and God bless you if you're still watching right now.
How long are we into this? Not that long.
What type of jeans are you wearing?
And are they jorts?
Yeah, typo negatives.
I have a question for you. Since you have not watched any craft tea, I do not believe that you were prompted on this question. Jorts.
Jorts.
Are they still called jorts if a woman wears them? Because I'm telling you right now, the only shorts I have are jean shorts. Are they still jorts? Or are they just shorts at that point? Are they only jorts if they're for men?
Are they cut off though?
Some of them. I mean, technically they're not. Technically they were manufactured that way, but they look like they're cut off and they fray and stuff.
What is the length of the quote unquote jorts? What is it? Knee length? Is it mid thigh?
A little bit higher.
Coochie cutters. That's
I wasn't gonna say it,
that's coochie cutter length. That's what it is. This, in my opinion, knee length is like jorts, right? And then the higher you go, if you go past mid thigh.
What's mid thigh?
Mid thigh would just be, I don't know, Karen. I don't know.
No, by definition, jean shorts, jorts. That's
You know, I'm glad that you said coochie cutter because that was actually one of my top embarrassing moments currently as an adult was when we hired Chelsea. She asked me what she can and can't wear, and she asked about shorts, and I said, you can't wear coochie cutter shorts, and I'm like, why did I say that? Why? Please, Sarah, why do you not proofread your text messages? Why did you just say that to a stranger? I hate me, but I'm like, well, that's just organically what came out. That's what we call it.
I don't even feel like now when you say it, you think about it. So
we were very, very Hooters-esque.
Yeah, but I didn't
dress code
in fifth grade at the time. The white tank tops, the white rib tanks, which are called wife beaters, which is what people would call them.
You actually had to learn way later that they're called A-shirts.
It's just I'm
still learning that. I still have trouble getting out of that.
But my elementary school self
beaters for short.
Yeah, I literally didn't understand what I was saying. I literally said wife beaters, and I went to Boscov's because it was very close to my house, and I walked in because everyone was wearing these tank tops. And I'm like, oh, do you guys sell wife beaters? And the lady was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And she was like, do you sell wife beaters? And she's like, the white tank tops? And she's like, you're just talking about the tank tops, the basic tank tops? I'm like, yeah, wife beaters. And then it hit me that I was literally saying wife beater, and I'm like, oh my god! It was like an M. Night Shyamalan movie where it all made sense, and I'm like, I can't believe I just said that. I didn't know what I was saying.
The Homer Simpson meme where he disappears into the book.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I literally didn't even understand. I thought I was saying one word the whole time. It was just like wife beater. Yeah. Like that's what I thought.
Is beater a universal, like a regional? Is that a Philly term? Is that a whole United States term?
I don't know. Comment below. It's a horrible word. It's terrible. It's a terrible saying, but it was absolutely called that, and my young self didn't even understand what I was actually saying. So there's that.
Now you guys know that about.
It just reminds me, all I think about is Alabama man.
Exactly.
Just like Alabama man. Wow, he can bowl and he comes with real bitch slap action.
Do they come with yellow stains on it, like a mustard stain or grease? Like that would be better than.
Help
I love South
me.
Park so much. Okay. Is that good? How long are we at? Is that good?
The way that we usually start ending the show is just like we all just kind of figure out, man, this has been going on a little while. All right, shut her down. Like, there's no concise ending.
What episode number is it?
16.
Episode 16. Make $1 million using AI.
An instant 50 views.
Yeah, instant.
How to get an instant 50 views.
Are you gonna come back and do one with us two and Sean?
Yeah, I mean it depends. I would like to know because
depends on how many views we get. What does it depend on?
I'm a marketing guy, right? My thing is, why do anything if no one cares to watch?
I care. That's why.
But you know
that's why I said earlier. I said Taylor, if you're watching, share your damn video, because ironically, the one that you would think by just like at a glance, Taylor has the most prevalent YouTube following of anyone that we had on the show.
Sure.
Taylor's video has exponentially less views than any other episodes that we've had, which, like, the math ain't mathin'.
Was it on a weird week or anything? Was something else happening that
No, it was just like really long, but then we were like, oh, maybe it's because it's long. Sean's is really long. Sean's is one of the most viewed. Sean's is actually the
Sean
most
shared
viewed when it
his.
comes to Spotify.
I'll be honest.
shared his?
I think he bought views. I just want to say that.
If anyone would know, it would be you.
Yeah, I think he bought views. And that's just, you know.
And we didn't even use like trigger words like Fred Durst or none of that.
No,
Like
you
it
did-
was literally like
It says
what's the title? It's like Sad
Sad and Bougie creator Sean Sam.
which I guess is kind of a trigger word because he's getting shared a lot right now because
That's what I
of
was
the
trying
party.
to capitalize on.
But maybe not. So
I shared it,
I
Sean
did
shared
think-
it.
yeah, you should. So it's like Death to False Idols creator Bryan and marketing director extraordinaire and liaison. You know?
What?
I'm gonna have to watch him a little closer.
I just tried to make it really long so that it would, like, YouTube would cut it off. So you're like, what does this say? And you click on it, and you're like, oh, that's the full title.
It's like when people put that status up to click more to see more.
Oh,
It's just a
dude, and it's
picture.
not, or it's not. Yeah, it just says see more, and it's not a hyperlink.
I got this.
Those are my favorite.
I got this 70-inch TV for $100
That
at.
was so good. I did one with French Bulldogs. Just like I said, the troll factor. I did one with French Bulldogs, and it said, "Hey, my friend is trying to find homes for all of these puppies," and it's like 12 French Bulldogs and like authentically looking picture. And it was like, all you have to do if you're interested in getting one, if there's like no cost, don't worry about anything. Just contact him at, and then it said see more, and then people were just blowing me up saying like, hey, your post doesn't have a phone number. It's like, oh my god, is that
I
real?
want them dolls.
It's so stupid. I love things like that though.
So wait, for real, what's it gonna take to get you back on here?
I'll
Gas money?
definitely.
You want gas me? You want $5?
No, listen, we.
Cross the bridge.
You want $5? I got you
These
for
prices, to be
$5.
honest, $5, nigga.
No. Yeah, for sure. This is really cool. It's my first experience doing something like this. I was very nervous, but like I said, Jenny
Everyone
talked me
gets
through
nervous
it.
in
You
the
know what I mean? And
I bet she did.
she did.
Give the man $10 for next week.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Well, whenever it works out. I know there's a lot of people lining up to get their business exposed on this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, honestly, I think CCDIY for Sarah Brown wants to be on, so we might hook her up next week.
Oh,
yeah, maybe you guys keep watching, and maybe there's a chance to feature yourselves, but you never know unless you are subscribed.
You know
and
what?
like
Give
the
us a
channel.
thumbs up if you want to see Bryan back here.
Yeah,
I need
seriously.
at least minimum 50.
I thank you guys. It's been really amazing.
Bryan's gotta go, he said.
we don't.
No, I don't. We can keep talking.
Oh no, I was just kidding.
No, we're good. I'm good.
Tea
Okay.
always
Okay, so this is it.
the kettle
Alright, let's
and
go back.
never bring the kettle to the pot.
Now, pour the tea.